Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to implement login, logout and profile functions. We will cover everything from setting up the routes to creating the necessary logics for secure and efficient user authentication and profile. Let's get started. Let us start creating a route in API.php. Let us name it as login. Copy the same controller as I'm creating the function on the same controller. Login is the function of my name. And now let us start making login. So here also I need to uh, call the service function because I'll be creating all the model function inside the services only. And apart from that, I have to create a login request. As I have mentioned in my previous tutorial regarding request and their usage. So similarly, I'll create a login request. This is done. Change it to true. Let us write some rules for email and for password. So should be required string and email. Password should be required string. I think that is enough. And we call it here request. So as I mentioned earlier that I'll be creating all the model functions inside the service only. So I'll call the service here and use this service with the same thing. And let us name it to login or login user. It's done. Let us start creating login user. Constructor is not required right now, so I'll remove that. Function login user. And let us start creating the function. User will add a liquid query to basically find the user on the basis of that email. Okay, and there are two ways. Either you hash your request password, so the password which you are sending in the input, and fetch the data on the basis of that. Or the other one is that you pull the data on the basis of email, then use the predefined function of hash check. Okay, and hash double quotes check. Please do not forget to include those classes. Normally, it comes when you in Mac. It is by command and space after the last character. If you type this. Press these keys, command plus space. It will show you the relevant classes. Okay, so I'm typing the check. It will accept two parameters. One is the normal string password, and the other would be the uh, encrypted password, which is coming from the request. Invalid credentials if it is not found. Standing version of one status code. Dollar token. So it would be same. Dollar user create token. Inside that I'll pass auth token as a parameter and plain text token, the same thing. Hmm, let us do it. It's done. I'm sending the same response. User resource access type, everything is fine. Login request is correct. Auth controller, it is correct. Okay. Now let us test it on Postman. So I'll create a new route here. So you click on these three dots, add a new request.
type login, and select the same path. Login. The headers would be accept application JSON. Uh, yeah, application JSON authorization is not required. Get oh, I have to change that to post. And email field is required. Okay, that is done. Now let us our validations are working. Now let's type email and password. Okay, now it worked. As you can see, code the access token. If I pass this access token, you see I'm getting the proper response and everything. Okay. Now let us go to create the logout functionality. So for logout, you basically have to destroy that token, and then on the basis of that, as the token is destroyed, so all the other token functionality will stop working. Let us do that. Uh, I'll follow the same format. I will be creating a logout function inside my, uh, what do you say, in services. Okay. Dollar request. Okay. For this, I'll be using request only because no validation, nothing like that is required in logout. So, user service, I'll be creating a function named as logout. And here, I'll be destroying the token. Let me pass the dollar request parameter in the function and dollar request user token delete. Because again, okay, that is done. Semicolon return response, and in response I'll return that you are logged out successfully or log out successfully logged out. Okay, here this thing is done. User service create. Let me close these tabs. Right. Now let us close the logout functionality. But before that, we have to set the route. Logout. Everything is same apart from the function name and and one thing you have to consider because as logout functionality will only work once you are logged in. So you have to put the middleware auth sectum to check whether if it is logged in or not. The other thing I'll be telling you, instead of putting the middleware in every route, you can group them. And on the basis of group, you can place all the routes inside that. So this is how you can create the group. So middleware, auth sanctum, group, that call the function, curly braces, that's it. Now I'll be calling these two inside it. These things are not required now. Semicolon, email, semicolon, log. No, it's done. Let us create a new request, log out. base URL. It would be post base URL. Logout. Headers already token is there. So send call to member function tokens and let me check why it is doing this. Tokens. The request user. Oh, I forgot to add the brackets. Now let us. Okay. Do it again. Successfully logged out. And you can see now you cannot work. You're getting the message unauthorized. I'll log in again. We'll paste the new token. Now you are able to access. So this is how you create login, logout, register functionality. Now let us. I'll guide you about user resource. So if you want only specific parameters, to be sent on the API instead of ID, name, created, and updated, I don't think that they are required unless you want them. In this case, they are not required. So what I will be doing. So first of all, let me create this profile function inside my controller. So yeah, I'll create this. Meanwhile, I'll explain. So if you want specific parameters only in the user resource, so you can only, include them in the user resource as I'll be doing in this tutorial. So by that you can, restrict the APIs to only get a few parameters which are required instead of getting everything which is in the table while creating. I'm following the same format for creating the profile controller, then service, and there's a return dollar request user new space. Also, you have to use user resource everywhere so that if there is any change in the user resource, it will be reflected throughout your code instead of doing it in every function in every way. So it is good practice when you are working on the large projects. I'll pass the request. Just yeah, see, I changed that in my user resource. You can see name and email, so that's why they are only name and email is working over here. If you want to add any more parameters or exclude or include, you can do that. So we are done with register, login. See, in login also it changed because I have changed it in user resource. Similarly, it would be changed in register and profile. Okay. This is how you should structure your app when you're creating I mean, when you're creating large products or projects, something like that. So,
I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.